How ancient Yoruba memory trained the mind and how you can use it today. Most people today believe memory problems are normal. We forget names, we forget ideas, we forget what we read last week, and we accept this as part of modern life. But in ancient Yoruba society, forgetting was not considered normal. It was considered a sign of poor mental training. Memory was not a gift, it was a responsibility, and it was trained with intention. The Yoruba understood something modern life has almost erased. The mind remembers how it is treated. If the mind is rushed, it forgets. If it is distracted, it weakens. If it is overloaded, it releases information. So, ancient Yoruba memory training focused on how knowledge entered the mind, not how much entered it. This is the first lesson you can use today. In Yoruba learning, attention came before information. Nothing important was taught in noise. A learner was expected to be fully present, not physically, but mentally. This is where modern learning breaks down. We watch videos while scrolling. We read while thinking about something else. We listen while planning what to say next. But the mind cannot store what it never truly receives. So, the first modern application is simple. When learning something important, remove distraction completely, even briefly. 5 minutes of full attention is stronger than 1 hour of divided focus. Another Yoruba memory principle was repetition without urgency. Repetition today feels like failure, but to the Yoruba, repetition was proof of seriousness. They repeated ideas slowly, not to force memory, but to allow understanding to settle. Knowledge was returned to again and again, spoken, reflected on, and reshaped. This is why memory remained strong. Today, instead of chasing new information every day, choose one idea and return to it deliberately. Say it again tomorrow. Think about it differently next week. Depth makes memory permanent. The Yoruba also trained memory through speech. Knowledge was spoken aloud for a reason. When the mouth speaks, the mind becomes alert. Speaking engaging breath, timing, emotion, and awareness, all of which strengthen recall. This is why elders taught by narration. You can use this today by explaining what you have learned out loud, even to yourself. If you cannot explain it clearly, you do not yet know it deeply. Another forgetting method was structure. Yoruba memory did not store loose facts. Ideas were organized. Stories followed patterns. Teachings followed logic. Meanings were connected. Modern information comes fragmented, but the mind remembers patterns more easily than isolated details. So, when learning today, ask, what comes before this? What follows this? How does this connect to what I already know? Connection is memory's strongest ally. Silence also played a powerful role. Before recalling or responding, elders paused, not because they were slow, but because silence allowed thought to align. Modern life fears silence. but memory improves when the mind is calm. Try pausing before answering a question. Pause before reacting emotionally. In that pause, clarity often appears. Ancient Yoruba memory training also respected emotional states. Knowledge was not forced into an agitated mind. Stress weakens memory. Calm strengthens it. This is why learning was done patiently. So today, if you are anxious or overstimulated, step back before trying to learn. Calm first, then absorb. Finally, memory was reinforced by use. If knowledge was not applied, it was considered incomplete. Once knowledge changed behavior, it stayed. This is why ancient memory endured. Today, if you want to remember something, use it. Apply it, even in a small way. Use teaches the mind that information matters. So, how do you use an ancient Yoruba memory training today? You slow down. You reduce distraction. You repeat with intention. You speak what you learn. You organize idea. You respect silence. You learn calmly. And you apply knowledge. None of this requires belief. None of this requires tradition. It requires discipline. And discipline builds memory. This is Ori Obscure, ancient Yoruba wisdom, not preserved as nostalgia, but activated for the modern mind.